Welcome everyone to United Way Wednesday. We're back for another episode, and today our guest is Denise Swink from Knox County CASA. Denise, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Great. Well, again, for those that don't really know or are unfamiliar with your program, explain what CASA is and how the program serves our children.
Yes, so thank you. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate, and we are community volunteers that advocate for the children that are abused and neglected here in our community. So they are volunteers that come into the CASA program, and they go through our training, and then they swear in with the judge and become officers of the court to become volunteers.
Wow, that is incredible. So right now, I've read the other day that you have about 99 children that are on your wait list. What does that mean for a child to be without a CASA advocate?
Well, since you had read that, we have now 103 children on our wait list, and that number is ever moving. Children are coming into the system daily, and then they are being reunified daily. So as of today, we will have 3 detention hearings today. So that kind of lets you know what's happening in our community. Kids are being abused daily, and so we're having to have a court hearing 48 hours after that child is going to be removed, or they have to have a hearing if a child is being suspected of abuse or neglect, And so that hearing has to happen within 48 hours. And so that's why I say, there's 3 hearings today. And with that being said, the 103 children that are on our wait list, what does that look like? Well, we need more volunteers in our community. And that's where United Way comes into play as well. But what does that look like here in Knox County? So we are constantly training new volunteers, so waiting for those volunteers to complete that process, as well as we have one staff in our office. Her name's Cheryl Huguenin, and she attends all the court hearings for those children without a CASA. The children without a CASA also are all children that are CHINs, or a child in need of services, are appointed to the CASA program. So we will still attend those hearings, and so Cheryl will attend those hearings, and then she attends also the family team meetings for that case as much as she can if there's not a conflict to family team meetings on the same day. But she does attend all their court hearings. So they do have a voice, but it's not the same as a one-on-one CASA for a child that has an assigned case and has that voice for that child in the courtroom. It really is impactful to have that CASA have that voice in the courtroom. And so those kids that don't have that one-on-one still have advocacy by a said CASA staff member, but it's truly not the same. So we want to be able to say that we have an advocate on every child, so it makes really an impact on that case, and behind every case should have a CASA case number. It's impactful to have that CASA. So with that being said, the training and what does that look like? Our training is 30 hours. Sounds like a lot of time, but it really is not that much time where you're being taken away from your family or what you're actually doing, because part of that is on your own time, meaning at your home or wherever. And part of it is in our office where we are working together, everybody that's in the volunteer training, and it's really engaging. We have speakers come in, like a local attorney, and also you're in the courtroom. You get to actually go in and witness the hearings that happen on one particular day. You actually get to meet with the judge one-on-one, and then also meet some of the seasoned volunteers and ask them questions, because they have the boots on the ground, real stories to share with you. So it's really a interactive training where we give you what you need to be able and to go out and advocate for those children. Currently we have 15 volunteers that are serving 98 children. So we have amazing volunteers doing that great work out in our community. And you don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to be or have a law degree. You don't have to have a social work degree to be a volunteer. Everyday community people make amazing volunteers. So it's just making that next step to wanting to become a volunteer and love children and be active in our community serving these children.
Okay, that's great. So tell me, how can someone get in contact with you if they want to become a volunteer, if they're interested in getting some more information?
So the best way to get in touch with us would be, one, go to our website. Our website has a lot of information about a CASA program.
It does. It's a great website. It really is.
And it has, information about our staff members. And there's a link on there that says if you want to apply here today, click on that link and fill out the application. If you want our information on our office, coming into our office, we love to talk about interested people who might be a little bit on the edge of, what does this really entail? How much time is this going to take? I can tell you right now how much time it's going to take from you. One, it's the training, but we can accommodate you on your training. If you don't have the 30 hours, we're going to work around your schedule to get those hours in. We really do cater to our volunteers because they're the lifeblood of our program. They're the ones doing the work, seeing the kids, so we'll do whatever we can to work around them to make sure they get through the training. So with that being said, making that next step to getting in contact with us would be website, coming to our office at 112 North 7th Street. We're right across from the courthouse, and we share our office with the veterans. So, walk out the front door of the courthouse, you'll step right into our office, literally. Or call us at 812-882-2108. So those are ways that you can get in touch with us, as our website, come to our office, contact us on the phone, or go to our Facebook page at Knox County CASA.
That's great. Again, just to remind everyone, I'm here with Denise Swink from Knox County CASA, and we're discussing about what CASA is bringing to our community and how we can help and how we can get more volunteers. As you know, volunteering is very important to me and something I want to advocate for. So tell me this. So how has United Way helped expand your outreach?
So one is being able to outreach into our community, spreading the awareness of CASA. You may see the billboards we have in the community helping us to, make those small touches in our community. The bench that we put up at JC's, we have a bench for, if people are waiting on the bus, they'll have a place to sit. And another thing is something that's near and dear to our hearts. We had two volunteers, LaDonna Newman and Annie Prout, in 2014, that would go into homes as volunteers. And the thing that they noticed is as soon as they would go visit right after a child was detained, they had nothing. They had only themselves that they would bring. Maybe a few items of clothing, but that was it. The clothes that were on their backs. So they felt like they needed something new that was their very own. So they started our blanket bundle program in 2014. So I brought with me today one of the blanket bundles.
Great.
So a little surprise here. So whenever a child gets removed from their home, it's very tragic, and a lot of trauma is endured by that. So these two volunteers started this blanket bundle in 2014, and of course they have given us this. And so since then, over 1,050 children have received one of these blanket bundles, and I'll pull it out of the bag and show you what it looks like. So United Way has helped us buy supplies that go in these bags. But this is a community-wide project, truly. Annie and LaDonna are just amazing when they buy the material for the blanket bundles, but they pick out the material, and the funding comes from United Way. They get to go buy the material. And as you can see, these coordinate. These are little handprints and the stripes. And then we take the material to the local high schools, consumer science programs like Lincoln and North Knox. And then the students in the consumer science programs cut and fold our blankets. And then they learn about abuse and neglect.
Oh, wow.
So it's really a community project. And then the blankets are brought back to our office. So kids are making the blankets, and then they go back to children that are abused and neglected. And then we put hygiene products in the blanket. And then we also then take pictures of everything the child's receiving, all the hygiene products. Socks are huge. We put socks in here. You name it. We fill these things up. We always promote literacy. So we put books in here. We partner with other agencies here in Knox County, like Sarah's Family Footwear. Okay. If a child's in need of shoes, we pay for the first $50. Anything over that, they will pay. Wow. So if a child has a larger shoe, we pay $100. She'll pay anything over the amount of the rest of that. We want children to have what they need while they're in the system. So there are partner agencies we have and we work with, so that we make sure children get what they need while they're here in the system. So these are just items that they get as soon as the child is removed and is placed in another home. We make sure a child gets a blanket bundle from Knox County CASA. And then if the child gets moved again and then loses their blanket, we know exactly the material the child got, the blanket they got, the items they got, and we can replace that same blanket, because this gets a picture taken of it and then gets put in their file. And we've had to do that. We had kids, they get very attached to their blanket because it's made for them. That is picked out for them, and it follows them through the system. So it's just something I wanted to share with you. So yeah, there's over 1,000 kids that have received these blanket bundles, and it's just very near and dear to our heart in that blanket bundle project. So without United Way funding, we wouldn't be able to buy the material, buy the products, hygiene products that we put inside, making sure kids get shoes and socks, the things that they need while they're in the system. So United Way funds have gone a long way with the Knox County CASA program. So I think it's important that I share our blanket bundle project and how just personal it is to the CASA program. So thank you.
Oh yeah, that is great. And I'm fairly new to United Way, as you know, and that is amazing to be able to hear a story like that, and the way to continue to educate, the youth in the high schools about what you're doing and what's going on in the community around them. So I find that fantastic. So thank you for that. Last question I have for you today is, as far as what do you want the community to remember most about CASA and the children you serve?
Whenever I talk about 103 children in need of a CASA, that each child has a number, a case number, and behind every case number needs an amazing CASA volunteer. And that could be you today that could make that difference in the life of a child. And it's not something that you can't do. Everybody can be a volunteer and make a difference in the life of a child. It's just making that next step. And so if it's weighing heavy on your heart today to give back to your community, this is one of those ways to give back. And if it isn't, advocating for a child, I encourage you to make a difference in our community some way. And volunteering is one way. And that would be great if you would do that today.
All right, everyone. Denise Swink, Knox County CASA. Denise, thank you so much for being on today. Appreciate having you, and so much knowledge, and I really do appreciate it. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to thank you for joining us for United Way Wednesday. If you would like more information about the United Way or to donate, visit us at unitedwayofknoxcounty.org. With that, stay connected, stay involved, and let's keep building a stronger community together. Until next time, take care, and thank you for living united.